This is one of a series of videos describing how to use M4OPS to add features and to edit features on a map. We're going to use Herne Bay as our example here, and you'll see the drop down here. Make sure you've got the right place that you want to do. I'm also using the testing system here. This means that it's a proper M4OPS implementation, so it's like it is production, but it doesn't affect the production data. So this is really for trying things out, and you can use this as you want. So we are going to be taking a series of features that we have data for, but we don't have their coordinates. We don't know where they are. So we've actually got compiled 300 features, and what I'm going to show you is how to add the geometry for each of those features. First thing you want to do is get a decent map that you want to use, as accurate as possible. In Britain, the 25-inch Ordnance Survey maps are useful for that. So what we'll do is we'll use that one. In fact, we'll use a slightly more modern one, the 1907 one. There we are, looking at Herne Bay. So then, so we can zoom in and pan, and as you've seen in other videos. What we're going to be doing is creating what's called a modifiable feature layer. For that you need this tab here. Normally when you start off you'll see this sort of actions tab that's got a few things on it, but the MFL, which is modifiable feature layers, is where you can add features, modify them, and then when you're happy with what they're like, we can compile them and make them more permanent in M4OPS. So let's do that. We'll open that tab, and the first thing you see is you can either create a new one or choose a layer. What we're going to be doing is loading what's called all features. So there we are. That's loaded all features, and you'll see actually a list here of features that are not yet georeferenced. There's 300 of them here that we have in a file, a whole list of them, and what we're going to be doing is georeferencing each of those, allocating them a point or a polygon or something. And you'll see here there's a few buttons up there and some buttons down here. The first thing we want to do after this is determine which fields we're going to be interested in. Now we've decided that the fields we're interested in, we've set them up in this set of fields called 1910 valuation. This is data from that valuation. So we've chosen that gives M4OPS, it tells it what we're interested in. So then, the first thing you do is select which one you're going to georeference. Now don't worry about me getting this right. I don't know where these places are. By the way, we already have 1 point in the layer. This is basically a point generated automatically for the center of the one place study. It's not meaningful. We'll delete it in a moment. So let's look at Beach Street. Okay, and we're going to allocate that a point. So we click on point, and now you'll see as I move the mouse around, it's reminding us what we're doing. We're looking at Beach Street. So I now need to pan and zoom and everything. Let's say the property is here. So I'll click there, that's the point. So it's Beach Street, that's fine. I'll just click save and then close, and that's done. And I can now hover over it, and you'll see the details that are in that data file have automatically been transferred to the feature. So that's that one. Now we've added one, let's go and delete the one we don't want. At any point you can use go, which will take you to this layer and show you all the points. So that one I want to delete. Now the deletion, I'll show how to do this in another video, but the way to do it is actually just to click on alter and the point and then delete. So that's gone. No problems now with that. So now if we go, we've just got that one point. Let's look at another one. It's at that point V5, each got a reference, has disappeared from this list now. So let's get another one. Let's let's do the station. Click on that. Now this time we're going to make it a line, no, a polygon. So click on polygon, and I want to find the station. Might as well make it a little bit reasonable. Oh, I don't know where the station is on this one. Let's say it's here. So for a polygon you have to click several times. You click, let's make it this let's make it this point here. So that's the first point, and then you drag and go to another point and click, and then move and click, and then say that's the last point, and we double click, and that gives us the polygon, and we allocate, we click on save and close. So now that polygon, it has the details for that particular feature, home-based station. Similarly, if you wanted to make a line, let's do it a slightly different way. Suppose we want to make it a line now, something a line, and we haven't allocated a place from this list here, but we know the one we're going to do. For a line, you basically click, and when you double click, it doesn't close the polygon, it just leaves it as a line. It can be any shape of line, so we'll click, click, click. In fact, double click. Now we haven't chosen the feature, so it now gives us the opportunity of choosing the feature. Let's call it that one. Don't know if that's anything to do with it, but save, then close. So there we are. That's a line feature, and there's the details. There was a point, and the station is down there. So now we've allocated 3 points. At any point now you can close this. No, you can't. If you close it now, you haven't saved it, so it'll warn you that if you close now, you'll lose all that information. So what we'll do is we'll cancel and we'll save it. Are you sure you want to save? Yes. Okay. That's a little bit of a lengthy process because it's doing various technical things. It gives us a message, that's okay. And now we can close it. So there we are. We've georeferenced 3 points, and it's actually very quick once you get the use of it, once you get the hang of it. So there we are, that's the end.